All right, so I gotta ask, like, what made you go with that intro and that feel, like, 'cause that is menacing.
So at the time I was experimenting with like a new way of producing on the fly that was completely browser based, and I was calling it Improvised Ninja Smoke Devices is the name of that project. And so it's literally like using different media players in different windows, or like YouTube, or something native to your computer or something, and playing them all at different times and queuing them up just live on the spot, and then recording whatever your desktop audio is all at once when it comes. So it came out of basically going through and just spending a good 45 minutes to an hour at a time producing a bunch of stuff live, overlaying it live, seeing what fits over live, and then going back and pulling out what worked and further refining it. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a process right there. What made you want to innovate like that?
just for the fun, man. Just for fun of it, and that was one that just fell together. Like, it honestly fell together first try. Like it was meant to be. Like, probably came together in 5 to 10 minutes.
So rare. That is so rare that
Right.
things work out. So it seems like you got a little bit of luck on your side, man.
Sometimes, like I truly believe in that sort of way of thinking that you have to show up and meet the muse, man. You got to meet the muse. You got to do it every day, or at least on a regular schedule. It has to be part of your routine. You got to like carve time out to create, and just focus on the numbers and the focus on the whole rather than the sum of the parts. You know what I'm saying? It's about the body of work.
It is definitely about the body of work, and that's where a lot of people, I feel like, they get sidetracked on the details. They can't see the forest through the trees type situations. And
Right.
honestly, like, it's refreshing to see people actually make art that they're conscious about. Like, they're conscious about what they're doing rather than just creating for the sake of creating. Because lots of people like that. Like, there's just lots of people doing random creating.
Right. Yeah,
Which
like applying a little bit of a little more intent to it, and tinkering, having fun, like tinkering. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like every now and then try painting with your feet.
try paint with your feet. Have you tried to paint with your feet?
Sure, heck yeah, man. After I saw that movie, My Left Foot, I mean, I was using my right, but same idea. It's hard enough as it is. You don't have to make me like try my left foot now, considering I'm right-footed. If you have such, I know we have right and left hand. There's got to be right and left-footed, right? For a
Right?
kicker or something. Yeah.
Right? There's gotta be.
Yeah. So I'm a right-footed foot painter. Yeah.
That is a rare talent. Do you feel like you painted anything worth, like anything that you expected to get out of painting with your feet?
Well, no, I didn't. I didn't push through the suck, as they say. I didn't. But I would call it, maybe early shades of some sort of impressionism.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Because you could see the shapes that I was going for, but I wish I had an example. Now I'll have to paint more with my feet to illustrate what I'm talking about.
just
But
to
I've
make
been
sure we
so
got
busy.
it.
It's
It's never. If you're doing it right, you're gonna be busy. I think anybody that expects it to be easy, expects it to be anything but, a challenge, is sadly mistaken, and they will wake up at one point.
yeah, and just like I said, I think it's fun to chip away, to tinker, to use the scientific method and apply what you've learned from the day before to the next day, and just constant innovation. Innovate, innovate, innovate.
Yes.
Always push forward. Excelsior.
Dude, that the everything that you're saying right now is like it's a part of my core belief systems, but it's not. It's so rare that I hear it actually said out loud. It's just kind of innate and inherent. Um, like I ask people a lot, have you ever given anything 100%? And their initial reaction is always like, yeah. Think about it for just a second. Have you given anything 100%? That means you ain't got time for shit else. They'll be like, not 100. Alright, what's the most you gave something? 80? You are overestimating, because like it's hard to give your life to anything, whether it's whether it's your family, whether it's your career or your craft, your hobbies. It's very difficult to just be dedicated to that thing. Michael Jordan's a great one. He said he did 10,000 free throws a day. Or, I'm sorry, he did threes. He did 10,000 threes a day. Paul McBeth, the world famous disc golf player, he did the same thing. He said, "Oh, well, if Michael Jordan does it, guess what I'm gonna do? 10,000 shots a day, like from 50 feet." And that's what makes them great. That means he went to sleep. He woke up early and went to sleep late. That's all he did in that day. That is dedication. That's 100%. They're like, well, no, not that. I might want to try, because that's how everybody wants to be the greatest, the best, the this, the that. Einstein said he would laugh at Americans because we think of ourselves as what we will be instead of what we are. So like, if you, for example, you're like in school, you're in your first year of school, and you want to be a doctor, you think that today people should treat you with the respect that you're a doctor. You're a first year college student. What are you talking about? Like, yes, good for you, but you've got a long way to go before you get there.
Yeah.
So it's like counting your eggs before you got the hatch and all that good stuff. It just, I mean, that's really what it is. It's like, all right, yeah, I deserve that respect. Artists do the same thing. They're like, dude, I'm gonna be world famous, obviously.
Right.
Obviously, everybody. I check out this couch I got for you.
Right.
but yeah. So all right. So just to bring it in, we got Adam Amoeba, Tree City, the Boise City radio, the man of many faces, many jobs, many many lives, many, from what I can tell, many talents. Because I ain't ever tried to paint nothing but me. But I'm just super glad to have you on here because hey, we got what is it, been 90 days or so since we last spoke?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep you on. I'm gonna keep you on a regular, because this man is he's innovative, he's plugged in, firing on all cylinders, and it's very rare that you see somebody moving in the same direction at the same speed as you. So, all to you.
Thanks, man. Respect. Likewise. No, I feel the same way about you, man. Like, love the hustle. Loves just kind of keeping tabs on you, even from a distance. And I see that you guys are always doing something. So, yeah, no. I mean, case in point, why we're here and why maybe it took a little longer than we originally intended, but just because we're both busy, man. And it's been a crazy 90 days, at least, on this side of the continental United States. But all good things, and things are about to actually get more a little chaotic here on the Boise side, because we're going into Treefort. We're going into a big music festival, so energy's ramping up, man. Everything's popping off, and everybody's excited. Everybody's doing something. It's hard to fit it all in, to be honest.
How long is it? It's a week, right?
Yeah, it's 4 days, so it's from a Wednesday to a Sunday, so better part of a week, yeah. And yeah, that's just 4 days non-stop. We got a lot going on at KRBX. We got 2 in-studio videos being shot a day. I'll be helping out with that. Of course, we got a bunch of people stopping by as guests on shows. We're going to have a special event where we're teaming up. Last year we did a Treefort takeover with some of the other shows on KRBX, so Tree City will be joining the alliance once again. Doing something special. I'm definitely gonna have Jay Henry, a Seattle-based rapper, on at some point, but we're still ironing out the details. But all fun stuff, man. It's a blast. And then we roll straight into our radiothon, which is like our biannual pledge drive. So
pledge drives, good times, man.
That's when we beg everybody for the cheddar, man.
Hey, do you like what you're hearing? Would you like to hear more of it? Well, we can't do it without you. So with your support, you'll get level 1. This blunt.
You're hired.
Done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, though, like, I really do believe in that. I mean, I used to donate to NPR when I was listening heavy. We don't really have any independent radio stations here locally. We have the 2 college stations, one in Tallahassee, 2 hours away, which you're barely getting to hear, and then you got Pensacola over there, which is an hour away, which you can get it, but there's no musical outlet, is what I'm gonna say. Like, it's really more for the arts. I used to love it because they would play movies on there. Like, we'd sit there and listen to, like, I'd be on a drive and go out somewhere, and I'd listen to Back to the Future. Like, they just played a whole ass movie.
That's awesome.
I thought it was, because it made me realize how I'm a very audio based person. Like, if I hear it, I can actually see it. I have aphantasia as well, which means that I can't typically see images in my mind. If I can listen to it, the logic comes back. It's like, yeah, I know what part that is. Oh shit.
Right. Right.
Are you a person that has an internal monologue all the time?
Yeah, you could say that. That's the first conception of anything performance based is, you know, I'm constantly working out material and, you know, trying to make myself laugh, making myself laugh, surprising myself, and then trying to remember that and develop ideas. You know what I mean? Like, all day, every day. I'm the guy that is just embracing absurdity for absurdity's sake, and so while other people, you know, might not ever even cross their mind. They're just walking to get somewhere. They're just going from their car to the front door of a business or something. When I go, maybe I'm gonna walk like a character. Or I'm gonna, like, you know, kind of like just like have a different gait about me. Because why not? Why not walk and swing your arms above your head just for once, man?
Because you look like a crazy person, and if you go into the bank, they're gonna be like, he's probably gonna rob it. Go ahead.
Well, that's the thing. I never do it like so extreme that it blows the illusion. Like some people might look at me and be like, oh wow, that guy really swings his arms really high in an odd way as he walks. But casually though. Yeah, and why not? It's like it just hasn't been done before, you know, or at least it's not done as regularly as maybe it should be.
Yeah, I mean, well,
like why do we take everything so seriously, man? Like, why don't you go next time, you know, you order food, order it in a different voice? Who can tell you, hey man, stop making a voice? Who cares, man? There's no rules to this life, man. It's like, it's all an illusion, bro. So it's like, you might as well, you know, just, hey, today I want to speak in an accent that doesn't exist.
That doesn't exist. See, you're being very, very smart and not racist by not saying, yeah, I speak in an Indian accent all day, every day for, like, you know, a couple weeks at a time, just for fun. But I can't help it. I love accents. Like, I've been told multiple times, like, my wife hates it, like, because I've had professors, friends, things of that nature that have all types of accents from around the world, people from business. Like, I can't help it. When I hear their accent, it makes me want to imitate their accent.
Right.
And
it's just fun.
It is fun, and it has nothing to do with, like, making fun or anything. I have a Chinese marketing professor, and she is hilarious, unintentionally, but nevertheless, she's hilarious because she's dead serious about whatever she's saying, and then if she sees anybody smile or laugh, anytime she's like, "What are you laughing at? What you,
Right.
what you laughing at? You laugh at me?" It's like, and it's funny because like it just makes everybody want to laugh more, and everywhere in
Right.
her class, it's just like,
Right. Right. Well, and that's what you're touching on there is like if you're imitating someone's voice like that, what you're doing is you're pointing out the humor in the charm that they already have.
yes,
Like
charm.
there's a lot of yeah, you're not making fun of the accent. You're making fun of the character that this person who you love for being a character who they are. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not you're not doing it from a hurtful place. So it has nothing to do with the race. It has more to do with this silly person that's just such a character that you love. Right?
That's what I mean. That's what you're doing with your arms right there. It's the same thing. Like the things that make us different than the average person makes us more interesting and makes us more. May not always be more palatable, but it is going to be more interesting, and it is going to be somebody that you're going to communicate with or going to want to communicate with. If I see a dude walking like that, I don't know if I'm going to want to talk to him. But if I hear him with an accent, I'll definitely be like, "What did you say, my friend?"
Well, or something simple like with a coworker that I used to have to talk to on the phone like all the time, right? And so there was always that exchange of like, oh, hey Adam, how's it going? Good. How are you? All right, And so every time I would respond, right on, and I noticed that this person would kind of chuckle like, and then so every time what I did was I just extended the pause between whatever they said and my response of right on.
Yeah.
So eventually our conversations, I'd be like, oh, not too bad. How are you? They'd be like, oh, a little tired, and I would just sit there for 30 seconds. Right on. And she would wait. She would just wait and linger, and eventually she didn't think it was funny anymore. but that's what I mean. Like, who says you can't? Who says you can't order a pizza in slow motion? Like, who can tell you, like, speak faster, dude, or you're not getting your pizza? Like, then they're in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? Don't.
The fact that that's the concept. So, okay, so I'm just gonna put this because I too am a fan of, and I have to put it how it is. I'm not intentionally or maliciously, but I definitely do test random people out in the world to see how they'll react. Like I do want to. My goal is to get a smile, but if they get mad, it's like, what? Why? Like, it's stupid. That's
Right.
stupid reason. And I'll probably still. I'm not good at conflict resolution, because I'll sit there and just be like, yeah, fucking attitude. What? No. We had an incident down in where was it? I guess we was down in we was over in Biloxi. It was in Biloxi, Mississippi, and I don't know. I was already having a bad day, and normally I be smoking heavy, and it is the best way for me to just be able to. All right, wait before you react. Sit back. Give it a second. If it's still warranted, go ahead. But 9 times out of 10, fuck it.
Right. It's not that important.
It was not. It was definitely one of those scenarios, and I did not take it that way. So I've been smoking in my car. I got baked, and I go into the restaurant with my family, and I can see the car, and this old lady pulls up. Like she pulls up right next to us, and then starts slamming her car door into mine. Like I mean, just like really intense. I was like, hey, what the fuck? and my wife is like, what? I was like, what? Do you see this bitch? Like, what the fuck? And she's still doing it the whole time. I was like, oh, yeah, let's go check that out. So when we're walking out there, the lady closed her door. She's looking all pissed too, and she starts walking up. She's getting ready to walk past us. I'm like, hey, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck are you doing? Dude, I flipped on that lady and I said a lot of things. And I'm not even going to repeat half of them. And then she's like, no, there was a dog. Like there was a wild dog trying to attack me right there. I was like, what? I did not see no dog.
Man.
Dude, I went over there and there was blood all over the side right there. I was like, Oh,
What?
yeah, so it was my bad. My bad.
Holy crap.
You know, perspective is key, and I didn't have the best perspective to see everything. So I felt,
Well,
I did feel really bad because I yelled at that old lady.
Yeah, I wouldn't yell at that old lady because apparently she's freaking brutal with a wild.
She's gonna take you out with the
even.
door.
Yeah, that's like a mobster move, you know. They put the head in the door and just slam it a couple times, you know, until they talk or give them the money or whatever. So that old lady regulated a wild dog with a car door.
Well, we don't know if it was a wild dog.
Yeah.
It could have been a Chihuahua for all we know. She probably put that bitch in her purse or something. She's crazy old white lady. That's what we'll go with.
Yeah, she got blood flowing, man.
Yeah, no, she definitely. I mean, there was enough blood there. It was a big dog, probably. Like,
wow.
But she didn't. But you know what's crazy though? She was wearing gray and white. And she didn't have no blood on her.
Yeah, she's a professional, man. She's done it before.
Yeah, man. Like, the body ain't over there, but
yeah, you didn't see her like slip off the rubber waders or whatever she was wearing before, like American Psycho, but like for the South.
Dude, hey, I'm just saying that movie. What do you consider that movie to be? Is that movie a comedy, a thriller, a horror movie? What is that?
I think it's right in the middle. I think it's like a satire. I think it's a satire because it is a comedy, like the darkest comedy ever, though, like the blackest of the black, you know.
I have to return some videotapes.
Right.
Dude, that shit every time, man, I'm dying laughing, like, and I know a lot of people probably aren't laughing at that hard, but I can't help it.
It's funny you say that. I feel the same way because I laughed the whole way through too, because it is the absurdity of it, you know, like when she's kind of like she's bitching at him in the car a little bit, and he's just like, because I want to fit in and stuff like that, you know, like he played it so well, man.
He really did. I mean, that was his breakout, right?
What's that?
Was that his breakout?
Oh, no, well, he had been famous for quite some time. He was like a child star of the 80s. Like, yeah. You can go back and find, gosh, what was that one movie? It was something about Tibet or something. He was like, I think, 12.
Yeah,
his first
12.
kind of big Hollywood breakup. But, that was kind of the resurgence of him in the late 90s, right? When he came back as a man.
Yeah, he came busting. Because, like, he's straight up, like, he goes from that American Psycho where he's obsessed with his physicality, like he's literally watching himself in the mirror and shit, like great depiction, and then he goes from that to the next movie I really saw him in was The Machinist. When he had that,
crazy, right?
Dude, the performance, I mean, that takes dedication. He didn't even have the part yet, and he went into the director like for the read, and he had been doing that already, like on an all liquid diet, just to go. This is what I imagined the guy would look like. Even the director's going, dude, this dude's fucking crazy.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point because he in his own right is almost like an alternate Heath Ledger, like you know how Heath Ledger was going that far and dark with it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, method actors. That's the problem with a method actor is you got to go all the way. You can't just see it, observe it, and be like, oh man, I can imitate.
Right.
No, you got to be that. You got to feel that, embrace it. Man, that means that you got so many personalities inside of you by the time you've done 5, 10 movies. Like that's all personalities that are not going anywhere. Like,
oh yeah, man.
You let it in. Did you ever do any acting or anything?
No, I mean, a little here and there, just in our videos as media, but no, I always wanted to be a behind-the-scenes guy. I actually wanted to write and direct horror movies. That was my first ambition in life, and I still haven't put it away. I will do it at some point. But speaking of, what's that?
I said Heist Club Horrors. Come on.
Speaking of method actors, you know who is a method actor? Famously, Daniel Day-Lewis, also the star of My Left Foot, who lived as a man. I believe he has cerebral palsy or something like that, hence why he has to paint with his left foot. So, in a way, yes, I have been a little bit method on the level of Daniel Day-Lewis, at least for an afternoon until I just painted with my hands.
this is way faster. Why did I start with my hands?
Yeah, you know, it's worth a shot. You can try it, but you know,
You might find that you have a crazy hidden talent. Like, I don't know, there was a show on Nickelodeon when we was kids. It was like, I don't remember exactly the name of the show, but they had to guess what this person's special talent was. And there's a bunch of crazy ones that you're like, how did you figure that out? How did you figure out that you could fit 27 golf balls in your mouth?
Right. Yeah. You had to try 1 through 26 first. Yeah.
I'm saying.
Man, the ones where they like suck the cue ball into their stomach or whatever, those ones freak me out, man.
There's a lot of stuff. Like Stan Lee. Stan Lee had a show. I think it was called Superhumans, if I'm not mistaken, and it was on NBC for a little bit. It had real live superheroes, people that had abilities that they can't explain. Now, of course, season 1, amazing. Lots of stuff that people can't explain. Season 2, it's like, this guy can run far.
Yeah.
Like, cool. No, actually, I'm not gonna lie. That dude was actually really cool. He was when he turned 30, they had gone out to a restaurant, him and his friends, and they got hella drunk, and they go, hey, it's about 30 miles back to town. You're 30. You feel like running? He's like, I can do it, and he did.
Oh my god.
And he started realizing that he didn't. He's like, I've never ran before ever, and that was the first time I tried to run 30 miles. It was no problem. I'm like, what the fuck? And it just involves. The whole episode keeps going to show that he just kept pushing it and going, when am I gonna get tired? I don't get tired. His body. They did a blood panel, and they found out that he doesn't actually have lactic acid at all. Like he doesn't produce lactic acid, which is that thing that tells your body, this shit hurts. Stop playing.
Right. Yeah, it makes you sore and everything.
Yeah. So it was like, all right. You never know what your talent will be. You don't know, until you've tried everything. Do you find? I mean, obviously, you seem to be trying everything, painting with feet.
Yeah, man, that's such a like Forrest Gump story, man. Like that sounds, like cause that's exactly what happened. Yeah, and then he just kept running, man.
I must have had like 15 Dr. Pebbles.
Right. Yeah. But that's crazy. Yeah, doing all that drunk too.
Yeah, that was my part. I was like, bro, okay, you can run far. I didn't know I could run fast or far until I joined the Army, because unless you had a ball or a badge, I was not running.
Oh, gotcha.
And I was not into sports so much. I was just I was definitely not one of those very sports oriented. We weren't a sports oriented family. That shit worked perfect for me. I was like, I'll watch a football game if it's Florida State whenever they're on. That's about it.
Okay.
Like I didn't care.
I was like a hyper athlete. Like distance running was actually one of my favorite things to do. Yeah.
Really?
I had a plan to be like a Navy SEAL. I actually preferred the Marines, and I was on track to go into the Marines, but I just loved being like peak performance, badass athlete. I was a pretty successful like high school football player, but that was also because I was doing it 6 days a week year round. So it's actually funny, there's a lot of parallels between the hyper focus of my high school football career and then the hyper focus of like Tree City and hip hop, and it's a lot of the same thing, just plugging away, no days off, man, no days off. Are you familiar with the clothing brand Rebel 8?
Yeah.
You may have seen them around. So one of their founders, Mike Giant, is the artist, but the other guy that founded it just said, his key to success with the Rebel 8 clothing brand, he started with like $100 and a box of t-shirts at a trade show, and he just made sure that whatever he did something for the brand every day, just something once a day, even if it was one. Most days it's more, but even on like a bad day where you're sick or you're tired or something, just get up, write that email, or finish that graphic design or something, because there's always something to be done, man. That's the only way you do it is plugging away, man.
My list of things that need to be done is, if anybody looked at my schedule and what I have to get done, and before this date, and this date, and this date, and this date. It's just my life is a bunch of deadlines that, if not met, means shit ain't coming out. Like
Right.
it's gonna be delayed and delayed and delayed, and it is part of the process if you're doing big things for it to not be, it's not a fast thing. Even though I work primarily independently, I still have a lot of contributors to these projects. So it's like, you gotta wait. This person's life happens. This person's life happens. It's just like having a band. Having a band is crazier than having a marriage. You can trying to keep one person happy with you, 24/7, agreeing, all that stuff, hard. Divorce is at 50%. So, with bands, you gotta keep 3, 4, 5, 7 motherfuckers agreeing and still able to be around each other for extended periods of time.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know your ability to deal with annoying idioms that people have. This dude, every time he talked, I'm not even gonna say the name, but every time he talked, he would go, huh? What? Did you not hear me, or like, what? Nah, I heard you, man. Like, I heard you. It's just, when I get excited or whatever, I just, huh? We were talking about what we were gonna eat. We didn't get excited. Like, dude, but I could not stay around him for very long. Like, it was like 2 weeks, and I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Do not put him in the car with me. Like, cause we were taking too much. I was like, no, I can't do it no more.
Yeah.
Which I tell people, I mean, you yourself, you have you got wife and kids?
I've had a couple wives over. I have, but not anymore. And I have one kid, but she's pretty old. She's
Pretty old. Oh,
yeah,
she just got in the nursing home,
Yeah, she's
Benjamin
pushing
Button,
15.
is a bitch.
She's a teenager, so she's off living her life and doing her thing, being a teenager.
Kill me. Bro, I got 2 teenage girls. My son is 23. My daughter is 17 and then 12. So, dude,
Yeah.
I can't. These girls are. They said, I constantly hear girls are easier.
Right. Yeah. No.
Ain't no motherfucking way. Yeah, maybe when they're like
Little.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
sure.
and
They don't want to
sweet.
break shit and do shit. They're like,
Yeah.
only one of them was like that. The other one was like a daredevil. Like the older one, man, my baby doll, she is a daredevil. She didn't care. She would just go get up on a counter and be like, do, run full speed and jump at me. Like, he'll catch me. It's fine.
Yeah.
I did every time, but I didn't know if I was going to or not. She was
Right.
confident though.
Hey man, that's love, baby.
That's
trust,
love
yeah.
and trust like a motherfucker. I don't know what happened. I guess they dropped me because I don't trust anybody like that. Trust fall.
Yeah,
Put your
no
hands
kidding.
out, then I'll fall. So,
Yeah, well, we grew up in a different age too. I remember the rules back then were, hey, do whatever you want, just as long as no one bleeds. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's bleeding, then the parents have to get involved.
I'm saying, I don't have to talk to nobody's parents today. Now I get that. Now I understand that shit. I'm like, hey, yeah, they can come over. Just I don't want to talk to their parents. I don't want to. Like, I've already talked to their parents, and if we're not socializing now, probably real. Like,
Right.
but we.
Fortunately, my daughter never gave me too much grief with anything. She was always like a dream kid from day one. Never even cried as a baby. She's brilliant. She's
What?
very straightforward. She's but you know how they say hell hath no fury. You know what I mean? Well, you're really close to home with the daughter who becomes a woman, and you're still the father. But that's an interesting relationship to be in.
What you gonna do?
Exactly.
When they start making their own choices, it's like, man.
To be honest, you gotta surf the wave, man. I don't think fathers probably get enough credit for how much they have to surf and just keep things afloat, man. And I mean, there's comes a point in time like you're gonna go long periods of not getting the kid the way you want or what you want. You're the so-called patriarch, man, but you gotta pick your battles, man, because
Absolutely, 100%.
yeah.
Love you, baby.
I mean, by nature of having a daughter, you got two women there now in your life, the mother and the daughter.
It's so like it's like because me and my son, it's pretty stereotypical in that sense. Like me and my sons, we are me and my son is like just best friends. Like we can laugh. Like I don't know if anybody's done shrooms before, but you laugh like a motherfucker. You laugh just nonstop until your stomach hurts for the dumbest reasons. Me and my son will do that now. Like it's just random as hell. And he got that absurdity.
Awesome.
Like you said, you like the absurdity. That's the best kind of comedy to me. Like it's just I don't care how offensive anything like that because as long as it's not actually offensive, like it takes a lot to offend me.
Right. Well, and that was something that I had to come to like appreciate, like as I got older, as my sense of humor developed. You know what I mean? For a long time, like the life experiences that I needed to just embrace silliness hadn't happened to me yet. Like you have to go as equal far to the darkness sometimes before you can get to just like giggly, euphoric light, right? So it's kind of interesting, like that's where it's that kind of what's the word I'm looking for? The nihilistic sense that it's because it doesn't matter. Suddenly you can let loose a little more. You can just surf that wave, be that father. It's the long game, man. Right? It's like we were saying. You gotta look at it for the whole, man. You can't look at it for the little bits along the way.
And not only can you, it's not the short run, and most people are only living like everybody that I know that is just living the day to day, trying to get through it, and so on. Like they tax their future selves so heavy. Like it's like, yeah, man, a payday loan, tax the fuck out of you. Like financially tax the fuck out of you.
Right.
But making those choices, like, we don't. Both parents are both adults are working in the house, and they go to out to eat every single night. And like it's like, that's hitting you financially, that's hitting you health wise, that's hitting. But that's for later. Right now it's easier. Like,
Right.
If you just do those things, like it's like, all right, how long is it gonna take? Like half an hour. All right, is it better like long term for you just to do that? Yeah. But people don't really. We love instant gratification, and we're in an era of the Disney dad, where dad don't know shit. Every Disney show, every dad is an idiot.
They're Homer Simpson. Homer Simpson.
Every single one. And now, what pisses me off is that they're all in marketing. Damn it. It's like, oh yeah, because I'm a really although I run a strict household, I also I will joke and laugh. I'll be the first person to make the joke or whatever, but when it's time to get serious, it's time to get serious. When it came to discipline with your daughter, how did you decide what discipline style to use?
I never really had to discipline her too much because I never really had to raise my voice. The approach from day one with my daughter was to explain things to her on the assumption that she understood as an adult would. And so even as a toddler, I wouldn't baby talk her, I wouldn't raise my voice, I wouldn't get mad. I would explain from a conscientious point of view, maybe she threw a toy and it came really close to hitting another little kid or something, I would just pull her aside and say like, hey, that came really close to hitting this other kid. Now think, if it would have hit them, that could have really hurt their head, and you wouldn't want something to suddenly hurt your head, like I would try to explain logic and reasoning to her. And so she would just always understand, and I always gave her more credit for, like, I wouldn't shy away from big words or anything like that. And so, yeah, I never really had to discipline her because she was pretty good at self-regulation. She would get a little like crazy and sassy when her friends came around, just like any kid would, but mostly because she was, trying out something new that they taught her, like how to say, like a nana nana boo boo, like shake their butt type thing, you know what I mean? But no, man, she's pretty good now. Nowadays, nowadays that she's a little more grown up and a little more hardcore, I still take the same approach, maybe with less of a filter, and I have to, I have to be like more. I speak to her like a real adult now. You know what I mean? And she's just a teenager, but
Like
she's got it.
adult.
She's got it going on. She's all right.
See, when they have when they got their head on, like when they got when they got their head on and they're making the right choices, like, go ahead,
Yeah,
keep going.
she's gonna be fine. Yeah, she's good.
That's all you. That's literally all you really want out of the time that you have with them is to, yes, you want to share memories, you want to do all that, you want to encourage the growth, but like, are they gonna be good when they get out of like when they get out on their own? Are they gonna be good?
Right.
I think any good parent is thinking that, like, other people are like, they got out. You don't care about one condition? Because I know our parents' generation was like, their expected level of care was like, they're alive, ain't they?
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah.
so there's there's a difference, but I don't think that the phrase or concept of EQ was even a thing. Like, I don't think they were looking at the emotional side of it or anything. They tell you, yeah, they may speak to you bluntly, but it's it's because that's how they want to communicate, not because it's for your benefit.
Right.
Did you feel your parents were like were they cool folk? Got it. T. Did you see, so with your with your parents and stuff, like, was they understanding? Was they strict, or did you have like a you choose pick your own ending childhood?
Oh, dude, man. Gosh. Yeah. No, that's a freaking book and a half, man. Like,
Yeah.
like I'll say this much. I haven't spoken to any four of my parents in probably as many years. Yeah, for like various reasons, but that's just as much about me as about like anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm going through a period of my life where I'm doing my werewolf transformation, and that's like a very literal and a very figurative thing. And so, when you walk into the desert, or you walk into the woods or something, and you come back like a changed feral beast, like that's like I am in the process of doing that very thing right now. You know what I mean?
So you gonna come back with razor claws, or just some ripped up pants that look like they got cut. You're like, yeah, I was out
Yeah,
here for a reason. I
yeah.
swear to God.
Everything's gone except for the zigzags at the bottom of my pant legs, yeah, and I mean, it's like goes by the cycles of the moon, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I am the friendly neighborhood wolf man for more reasons than one, and like I said, when you evolve and do it so rapidly like that, you know, there's the peeps that continue to roll with you and the peeps that don't, but
I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, that's definitely.
but
But
that's
like,
necessary, you know.
speaking of those idioms and things of that nature, like, having each one of us having our own set of issues that we have to overcome, and it looks different in different people. So like, I watched this episode of a show called Rescue Me. It was Dennis Leary, I think, his fireman show out of New York. They responded to a call, got an old man. They bust into the room. Old man's just sitting there watching TV. Smoke just all throughout the thing. He's just calm as hell. And they go over to the bedroom, and they're like, it's coming from in here, but it's boarded up. And he's just, sir, why is this boarded up? they eventually get in there. They they when they open it up, somebody's been burnt alive on the bed. Like what the hell? And they're like, do you know something about that? He's not. So they give him, they bring him downstairs. When they bring him downstairs, the cops like start putting him in handcuffs. So it's like, oh, what's he doing? Let's go ask him. So they go and ask him. They're like, hey, what happened? Like that was your wife up there? Yeah. Okay. Well, what? Why would you do that? Like you stopped us from even getting to you. Like you must have really hated her. He goes, well, every day, for the past, I've been retired for 40 years. So, as long as I was working, I'm now retired, and when I get home from somewhere, I might take my socks off. This time I put them on the end of the bed instead of in the hamper. And every day, for the rest of the day, just yapping. Well, guess what? No more yapping. No more yapping. No. And they put him in the back of the van. And what that really spoke to me, because that's such a weird reason to murder somebody that you've been with for 80 years. Like, damn. Like, what the hell is going on? But it's because people can't really necessarily stand those things. They just, in the time, oh yeah, that'll either change or I'll get used to it somehow. As an audio engineer, I cannot stand if somebody's smacks while they eat, because I spend so much time listening to people's speech patterns and so on. Like if I can hear that, bro, hey, you gotta. My kids do not eat with their mouths open, that's for sure. But if they're crunching on stuff, it's like, hey, I'm gonna get up and go somewhere. They tell me about time stuff, because otherwise I will not fuck out.
I'm the same way, man. Like, no, that one in particular, yeah. If you want to know how my parents were, there was no eating with your mouth open at the dinner table. There was no smacking your lips, and that kind of stuff did stick with me. Those harsh manners, like now,
Maybe that's the reason.
no, totally. Like I am a stickler for that kind of stuff, but at the same time, use fraba, man. The better path is just to live and let it go. I think that's patience is a virtue.
Absolutely, and that's what weed helps with. Brought to you by marijuana.
Reflection.
Yo, bro, honestly, if there was, I'm not, my son, all my kids have been held to the same standard. My son was amazing. He was just a really, like you were saying about your daughter, just a really good kid, never got in trouble. He got 5 spankings his whole life. And when I say spankings,
Right.
5. Yeah. And he even recalls it. He's like, yeah, I didn't get spanked. When I spanked my daughter one time, my oldest, when I spanked her 5 times one day, I was like, this isn't working for you. I'm not going to sit here and just spank you. So we had to go through the experiment of figuring out what made her care. She's a gangster. She don't care about nothing. She doesn't care about anything. She really doesn't. It got to the point where things would just keep going. She has her homework, sat down, we did it with her, and then she comes home and she still got it in her backpack. It's like, why do you want to fail this class? You really need to turn these things in. A week of that. It's like, okay, until your stuff is turned in, you're grounded. Okay. What does that mean?
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere? It's like, yeah. And she's like, okay. And then it just kept going until the point where the teacher calls me and says, so it's okay if we go ahead and get the ice cream? What ice cream? She's like, well, the money that you sent in today, you're buying the class ice cream, right? No, what? What you mean? Buying the class ice cream. She's like, ooh, I have $100 here that says that.
That's hilarious.
I was like, no, actually, I was not planning on doing that. I would like that money back. If you could send that back to me, that'd be very nice. And my daughter the whole time.
That's funny.
No, that's my money. She's gonna die with a lie. For real, die with a lie. No problem. It's like, dude, we could have photo evidence. She had been doing it though with all of her lunch money. She'd just buy her and her friends us ice cream and snacks from the store. Hey, you
Yeah.
know that when that goes to zero, I have to put more money into it, right? I'm not
Right.
buying your friends ice cream and shit. Like,
Right. Right.
and she's just like, oh, well, you never said that. I didn't know you were allowed to just buy everybody anything anyway. Like, so this is news to both of us. And she didn't care at all. I'm like, so how'd you get the money? She went in my room, and there was some cash that I had out. She was like, oh, he's got money.
Right on.
Peel one off.
Score.
What? Are you crazy? Like, the two things I can't stand. There's like, we got only two rules in my house. Like, there's only two. They cover a lot, but the first one, the lesson is to listen. If I tell you something, I mean that thing. Like, it's just what it is. Like, if I tell you something, then you need to listen, whatever it is. You can ask why all day after it's done. And then it's lead by example. Because if you have, the youngest has a problem with that, she's like, who am I leading for? Hmm? The dogs.
Right, exactly.
She's like, I think what?
You see how they've been acting.
Yeah, I do see how they've been acting.
Yeah.
But no, like, so they all, each, having multiple kids, they're all different in the way that what works for them works for them. Like, what worked for her was what I call prison. I was like, every
Mhm.
morning, I had to suffer through with her. It's not just like when you ground your kid for the weekend, and it's like, all right, well, yeah, we can't do nothing because she can't do nothing. All right, no, prison is like, I got her. If she had to be at school like 7, so she had to get up naturally at 6. We're getting up at 5, and we're gonna make sure that everything's right and tidy, and I'm gonna walk right next to you, and I'm gonna give you. Here's your toothbrush. All right, here's a toothpaste. Oh no, actually, I'm holding. Like, dude, I was being anal as fuck. Like, I was just being, because I was like, I'm tired of this shit. She went
Right.
a week, and she was as gangster. She was, I don't know. I don't know if I just made a gangster that way, because she was just like, she didn't care about any of it. Like, it didn't bother her. She's like, ooh, damn, I would have cracked like a motherfucker, man. Like, I can't see my friends. I can't, like, play video games, because yeah. So, what worked for her? Bedtime. If we took off any amount of bedtime, like, it'd be like, all right, hey, you're not doing this, you're talking about it. It's like, that's 30 minutes. That's 15 minutes. She went to bed a couple days in a row at, like, the sun was still up. It was like 5 o'clock.
Right.
Like,
Right.
she would just, and in one of the instances, she was like, she just started crying. She's like, it's still light outside. I can see people ride by their bike. Like, so it made me laugh because she's like, she's miserable. And so after that, yeah, great. Like, literally never had any major problems with her ever again. She's like, I'm not going to sleep in the daytime. That's crazy. So you just gotta find what works for her. The other one, my daughter, she is. You just have to say, I'm really disappointed. She's like, she melts. She is
That
soft
sucks.
and tells on
Yeah.
everybody. She's gonna break.
Yeah.
So,
That's funny.
did you ever, having a daughter, like, did you ever want a son? Was that ever a thought, or is it like, I'm just blessed to have what I have and I'm good to go? Because you seem like you really go with the flow guy.
Yeah, I always thought I'd have 3. I always had a feeling it was gonna go girl, boy, girl, for some reason. And I was 1 for 1.
I was
had
just about to
one
say,
girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But,
man, I mean, you have to live something.
yeah. But no, but honestly, like, I always kind of felt like I hit the jackpot. Like I said, my kid was great. Never cried as a baby. Never gave me any issues. Never even had to raise my voice. Like, the only time I ever kind of truly got upset at her, and it was just out of frustration. I still didn't like make it a thing or anything. The thing that bothered me the most was she went through a phase where she would pretend to not know the answer to questions, and so I would kind of be like, like, why, like, wait, hold on a minute, like, why are you dumbing yourself down? Like,
Yep.
I would, I'd make it a point to address it, like, what is this thing? Why are you doing that? I'd call her out on it a little bit.
Good.
Because to me, I was just like, if you're intelligent, like celebrate it, you know, be like the best, and don't ever be ashamed, because she is hyper intelligent, you know, she's extremely smart, and so I never wanted her to like sacrifice that for social reason of fitting in. In fact, the reason my rap name was Plus when I was rapping was because of my teacher making fun of me, and it was the first time that I let somebody clown me publicly for the entertainment of the class. You know what I mean? Because he put an addition thing on the board, and he kept saying Adam, 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 like, you know, add them, Adam. And so when it came time to pick a name to be a rapper, I'm like, well, I plan on going out there and you know, humiliating myself, kind of like a dance monkey dance, you know, for other people's entertainment. So plus, plus it's got a cool symbol, like my Batman symbol is just like the plus sign, you know what I mean, like across my chest type thing.
Yeah. You said Batman symbol, like the plus sign's in the sky.
That's right. Yeah, it looks like a button on a PlayStation or something, but it's just
the wrong
like
angle. They're like, oh shit, the what is that Korean game they was like, what's the show?
What, the Squid Games or
Squid
something?
Games, yeah. They gonna get it confused. They're like, oh shit, it's on, yo, it's on, yo. Does that mean purge? Are we doing the purge right now?
No, that means somewhere in the city, you know, I'm swinging into action.
Yo, hide your mics, hide your speed. Dude, so have you thought about, like, when you put it in that sense, it's really interesting because, like, I've been talking a lot about monetization with artists and things, because we develop brands, and an artist is a brand whether they want to see it that way or not. We have personal brands, that's, you know, who you are to the people around you, which you wear many hats to the people around you. But then there's also, like, the public facing, projecting, like, you know, of your business and what you do, and that aspect. Most people aren't really self-aware enough to really diagnose their own brand. They really need to do the research to know what, you know, to know their particular brand. And then, like, after you get there, you end up at, like, learning how to use your camera, use your resources that you have. Like, if you got a cell phone, you have film. If you got, you know, you got data on your phone, or you can get to Wi-Fi, you got access to the world. So, like, after that, what you want to do? All right, learn marketing, like, and just the basics. I mean, you know what to do and how to move. But where we're at right now in the class series that we're doing on Ownlane is we're at monetization and picking your team. Like, those two things I feel like aren't talked about enough, because, like, how do you suggest that an artist start to monetize once they feel like they're ready? Like, what's some ways that you think that some artists can monetize?
You're asking me right now?
Yeah, like yeah.
Well, you know, the first and foremost, the kind of rub of it is that you have to spend money trying, you know. So monetization, unfortunately, I see a lot of people dipping into, like, the service side, where maybe they're going on Fiverr and they're, you know, trying to build a network of collaborators that way, which a lot of people have done in the modern age, and it's a really cool way to get, like, a lot of features you might not have had access to. It is like, you know, something like that is a good platform for creative collaboration. And then you see, you know, like, we have a lot of guys local here to Boise that are still pushing the merch game, and if you have, like, solid merch that is just cool in its own right, and, you know, put together with a good sensibility, it's not true that if you build it they will come, unfortunately. So you can't just, like, keep plugging away more money and more money at something. I mean, anybody who does what we do, like people like you and me who are putting together projects, producing things, do have that public-facing relationship you were talking about, that public persona. If you're trying to go out and entertain people in some form or another, the best way is to be real with yourself, be self-critical, don't be afraid to want to be the best entertainer on an entertainment level, because an amateur mistake by a lot of artists is they're trying to stay true to something that they see is like a part of their identity, like maybe they're punk rock, like, no man, I don't do the opera because heavy metal or whatever, you know. Like there's that kind of attitude that you have to shed. You know, you have to acknowledge that everything is a bit of a performative piece, and then you have to be real and make music that's popular for one reason or another. Tap into that, listen to the feedback, and truly be real with yourself. Like, why did this one pop off and something else? You know, because like I'm doing that right now. I'm making you know, a lot of materials like I do for the Tree Fort Fest that we mentioned earlier, man. Like ramping up to that, that's when I start, you know, going out and making new business cards or making new stickers or making this or that, you know, just little swag and things that I can just hand around to new people I'm meeting or whatever, right? But I don't need to make 100 vinyl stickers, you know, thinking that I'm going to be able to charge people $5 a piece for them or something, you know. So it's like I would say invest your money and be real with yourself, and it's more about the act of doing it at all than it is like doing it to a certain level of like fancy, you know what I mean? Like just hand draw a flyer, photocopy it, and do that 3 times a week. Like that's going to be more effective than dumping a bunch of money in something really polished and shiny that you know, is going to come out looking like a real estate brochure, and like, but it's not going to get a response from the people. And put in the work, man. Like hustle that. Like I went to Comic-Con last week, and at Emerald City Comic-Con, and every year, man, every year you see the same characters, some of them the same literal people, but you see the same characters where you got the people out there with a bustling booth with like things just popping, and people are like fighting for space to get into this, and they're engaging with people, and they're selling stuff, and they're talking, and they're kind of like making friends and sharing stories and stuff. And then you see these other people that are just like sullen and brooding, and they're almost like hiding in their booth, and they don't say anything, and they just look at you miserably as like everybody just flows past their merchandise like a river, and they're just watching from the banks like some poor sad creature that put all of their money into something that they now don't even have the energy left to sell themselves, right? And so it's kind of funny because there have been direct sales and direct relationships I've made just based on someone being willing to sell their product to me, because I do respect that and I do recognize that. And so like, yeah, man, make your handmade flyers and everything like that, but it's not if you build it, they will come to you. It's not enough to just be out there. You have to believe it enough to not be too cool for the school, not be too cool to have the humility and be humble as you go through this and go through the steps. If you what I've always done is, man, like model yourself after the people that are doing it, you know, the way you'd want to do that. And it's hard to do that if you're working on like a DIY budget, $0 budget, credit card budget, because that's when you get confused and you look at, you know, these guys that are more established in the game or something, and you're like, okay, yeah, no, first things first, what I need is 10,000 units of my new album. It's like, no, you're not selling like 10,000 physical copies. Don't put your money into it. Just let yourself evolve. Publish, give yourself deadlines, don't procrastinate, and just keep working, put stuff out, and then, like I said, use the scientific method, be real with yourself, watch the metrics, become a nerd about it, become obsessed, and pay attention to everything as it's moving, and as the feedback's coming, because you're going to learn more from that, and then start small, man. You know, make yourself like a rule. You know, I'm just going to invest $5 a day in boosting my social media just for 1 month, to see how it works. Then I'm going to collect the data. You know, if you're having trouble with productivity around your house, man, you don't have to clean the whole house every day. You don't have to, produce a whole beat every day. If the time is the killer for you, just make yourself a promise. Okay, do it in sprints. I'm not going to clean my whole house for an hour. I don't have time to do that. But I do have a list of 60 things I need to do, and I can do them as hard and fast as I can for 1 minute at a time before I go insane. And you'd be surprised what you can get done. If your bathroom's busted, bro, and you can't even have people over in fear they might need to use your bathroom because you got shit everywhere or whatever your problem is. I guarantee you, man, that thing's weighing on your mind. You need to get that bathroom clean. If you just went in there for 1 minute a day, but that 60 seconds that you were in there, you did the thing, and you didn't fuck around, and you did it as hard as you could. That bathroom out over the course of a week, that's 7 minutes, man. And eventually it's accumulative. You're never going to need to clean that bathroom again. It's called maintenance, right? Same thing with your creative processes. Same thing with your mental health. Same thing with your physical health, man. If you can't go to the gym for a half hour a day, man, because it just kills you for whatever reason, just do it for 5 minutes. If you can just I don't know, walk
if you
around
just drove
for
to the
5
gym
minutes.
for 5 minutes, I'm gonna kick your ass.
well, I mean, like something it's okay, to have a lot to do, but when you're doing it, do the thing.
Don't half-ass anything, whole-ass everything.
Right, with 100% intention, because 1 minute of actual hard focus on a problem is gonna achieve a lot more than 30 minutes of fucking around, right?
80-20 rule, really. It's the 80-20 rule in action. 20% of your efforts are going to lead to 80% of your gains and 80% of your day. Like, when it comes to the work day, the 1 awesome hour, they would say, wake up before everybody. Like, if your household starts getting up at 6, get up at 5. Like, get up at 4:45 so that you can wake up 15, be ready, set your coffee down, set your whatever your light meal is, go ahead and set that down. Do the hardest things you have to do in that 1 hour when there's nobody else, and you'll see the value of it. You will change your life. You'll get to work. You'll be not only ahead of schedule, but you'll also be on the top of your shit, which is going to lead to more opportunity, more people wanting to work with you, more time crunch, and you'll manage it because that's the type of personality that it takes to do that. I like to quote this documentary that came out on, I want to say it was Showtime, and it was called "What Would a Bum Do with $1 Million?" And they went through, they've been filming with a couple different homeless people, and they were just getting their personality, like all the things to make sure they're about to give $1 million cash to a decent person. And so they honed in on the person they wanted to use. He recycled. He was part of a lot of programs. Even though he was homeless, that man was busy every day, and lots of friends, all this good stuff. So they when he was recycling one day, they put the $1 million in a trash can in a dumpster. He was known to dive. As soon as he opened that thing up and he saw the cash, like he closed it, he looked around. As soon as he opened it again, dude threw up, and that's what convinced me that it was real. I was like, that's too perfect of a reaction. The reality that for him, that's probably, I'll never have to work again. I can actually live life that's worth living, and so on. Within a year and a half, he didn't have any money. He actually stopped talking to the people that were making the documentary, all that stuff. He's like, no, because the shame that comes with just wasting $1 million in cash. There was no taxes paid on that, bro. So really, I think the point that they were trying to highlight with only one number in the data set, but is that your inherent nature is going to poke through regardless. I mean, he lacked all those needs for years. I think he was homeless for 30 years. So he had been lacking on all these things. And so what did he do? He went out, bought his friends, because he was he'd get to the bar, busy ass night, Saturday night. He's like, it's on me.
Right.
You know that's gonna go away, right? But he didn't care. care about that. He just cared about me. He genuinely wanted people to feel good, be happy, so on when he's around. Like if he had the ability to change it, he was gonna change it. It's like my daughter buying those those ice creams for those kids. I told her the same exact thing, which was like, you can't buy your friends. Like if your friends are only your friends when you're buying them ice cream, those aren't your friends.
Right.
So like I think that being observant and being like having that work ethic is what makes great artists great. You know, if you're making music or if you're painting or any artistic endeavor, you're writing, it's not all gonna be good. I can promise you that. It's not all gonna be good. If you were batting, like you were just hitting it 100, you need to. Okay, yes, you are a freak of nature, but I've never met anybody, and I've met some really really talented people. They're not gonna hit it every time. So they expect everything to be a success. Though I call it creator's disease, where like when they make something, they're like, yeah, it's good enough. They don't obsess over it. They don't nerd out on it. They're just like, this isn't the thing that they love. And if you don't love doing what it is that you do, I can't remember who said it, but he said, I think it was JFK. I think it was JFK. He said, if you wake up in the morning and you look yourself in the mirror and you're like, do I want to do whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing all the day? Like, do I want to be doing this or whatever? I have to do something else. Then you need to consider if you did that for a week straight, change your whole entire life. Like, because you're not living the life you want to live. And I understand hard work and no, I don't want to do all the stuff I have to do to get the it's not even rewards really, because yes, there are rewards in it, but it's really just I have a goal. And the only difference between a goal and a dream is a plan. So like, alright, I got the plan. Like you said, what's there to it? Enact. Get to action.
Right.
Get it done. Mark as many off it as you can. That's how, we're building the site. Online. A lot of the stuff that you mentioned for monetization was it was varied. It was very, wide in the advice, which is great advice. I had to comment on that. Every single thing you're saying, I'm in church. Like, yes, that's right. Like, because I say it so often that I get tired of saying it. Like people get desensitized to whatever business they're in. Like if you're used to, if you're a cook and you're used to, cutting your meats and doing all that stuff. The average person that's not exposed to that already, it's a nasty ass job. Like same thing as a mechanic. If you come in, talking, I love females. I hate to pick on y'all, but I love females. Sound effects when it comes to what's wrong with their car. I love their sound effects. They are the best. But like the mechanic, he knows what it is. Even with the crazy descriptions, he knows what it is, and he's just like, oh yeah. Well, how do you know that? Well, because and he'll give you the A, B, and C, and you're not familiar with that at all, so you're like, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's easier to understand when it's going. And like, yeah, we get that. We understand that, Yeah.
And I think that, and I do have a theory on that though, because like look at girls' toys, look at guys' toys, and like when we're like we got action figures. They're supposed to be in action doing crazy shit. They gotta shoot. Like they gotta. We've. Oh, I forget the guy on Police Academy. But like we were trying to be that dude for every single thing they were doing.
Right.
And then what is their toys look like? It's like, oh, they got dolls. What your dolls do? Oh, they talk the whole time.
Right. Yeah. It's just conversational soap operas. Yeah.
So they're really good at talking, and not so good at sound effects. Which I think y'all skills, honestly.
One of the absurdity things, to bring it kind of back full circle, one of the absurdity things that I was doing for a while, I had to scale it back, was I worked alone for a long time. Like a lot of my jobs, like I'm just solo, like most of the time, and used to be for like a week at a time, and so I would I got in the bad habit of like making fart sounds anytime I bent over, just like with my mouth,
Yourself?
Yeah, just by myself, like,
That's
like, So yeah, like anytime I'm like bending over to pick up a box or like getting into a car or something, I just go like, like that, because I was just always hanging out by myself, and it was just like an oral fixation kind of thing to do, and then I like started needing to be around people, and I noticed that I was still doing it, right? And no one ever said anything, but they probably were just like, that guy's just always over there ripping ass, man. like every time he bends over, because
yeah, go over there. How would I do a steak thing? Is that possible? Like, that man's farting all the time. It don't ever stop.
Yeah. Like I got in such a habit, I didn't even hear it anymore. I wasn't even conscious. I was just doing it, and then like like I said, I'm walking, so sometimes I'd even be walking, be like,
no more yapping, dude. Is that like you got somebody that can't stand that? Like damn well like.
Oh yeah, but now they're in the position. They're like, do I say something?
Right. Burn him alive. Because dude, I'm telling you, man, like, get on somebody's nerves. Like, you go to a bigger city, like I don't know, like New York. Look at somebody. What the fuck are you looking at? It's
oh
like,
yeah, I know, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
But you go to a small town, and you don't wait. Like you're not staring at the person as you pass by them, and you don't go. that.
Right.
They will stop in their car and be like.
Yeah. What?
I wasn't paying attention. The world don't revolve around you. So.
Yeah, that's almost stranger. That's almost like stranger to me. That someone, like when someone gets upset that you don't acknowledge them and like how they feel, they expect they should be acknowledged, But yeah, no, you can always tell like the closer you get to New York on the flights that you're taking, because the like flight attendants put up with less and less like the closer you get to New York, like finally, like when you're actually like flying in, like you got them being like, I'm sorry, I didn't come to work for this today, like they'll tell you what's up, you know what I mean?
Oh dude, them in TSA everywhere. I don't care if it's small town, big town, TSA is crazy. Like that's the most, I don't know, it's like Reno 911 every time I go in there. I swear that that's where they're pulling it from. Because it's like always something like the drama that they're talking, all that stuff. Like I was walking through with who's in Raleigh, and the TSA there, the girl that was manning the now scan everything button,
right.
Like she was very loud. She's like, you see that guy's dick? like she'd never done it before.
She's still surprised at everything you can see.
It's like, look at that guy's dick, and you can see his balls. So like you could hear her saying this.
They can see everything then, huh?
Oh yeah, everything.
What's it look like? I've always been curious.
Actually, I mean, you could pretty much see her screen. Like I was looking at her screen, like as I was like I'm going through. I'm like. you're like, I can't see the guy's dick. What you saying now? What you saying? But no, like it was like it looks like essentially blues, and it's like a blue scale, and it as something's denser, it'll turn like a darker
kind of like
color.
like an X-ray or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Only it definitely don't go through the skin. It's not going through the skin though. You can't see through anybody, because I don't even think they can see like the contents of your stomach and stuff. Because there ain't none of that. It's like, all right.
Oh wow.
Oh, you looking at them?
Yeah. I just pulled up. Man, wow. That's.
I've been pressing my dick on the bitches the whole time.
I know. That's worse than I expected.
Yeah, worse. Because those. Okay, this is the other thing. Is like TSA. I found out about that. There's evidently a popular thing like. Take a picture of the like scan. It's like,
wow.
Like y'all interested? Y'all really that interested? Porn is free, right? Like
that's crazy. Like there's sites of like the side by sides.
Yes.
No way.
Absolutely, 100%. And I mean it's female and male. It's female and male. But like some of the things like I mean as far as privacy goes, that's a fun conversation. Like, what's your expected level of privacy out in the public?
Right.
Like,
well,
I mean, I expect it to be. No, I mean, yeah, it is it's open, but it's like, I mean, personally, like, I I know that there's cameras everywhere. Like it doesn't matter what it is, whether in public. Now we still got cameras in private as well that are on. Like Meta just got in trouble for their glasses. If y'all got, if you got their glasses, man, don't be fucking at them because there's people watching it. There's a, I think it's Somalia. That's where they send all of them to, so that they can train. They're using it for training data, for it to understand the real world. It's like, yeah, but I didn't press record. It's not supposed to be recording shit 24/7, whether you are or are not.
No, I don't like. I mean, we're pushing my personal limits in embracing the surveillance state. Just having this webcam that I'm on right now in the room and having the microphone, like, we recently got a Roomba, and that's like even pushing the limits for me because what's the first thing it does is like map your home and everything, right?
Maps your home isn't even the
I don't
worst
trust
part.
anything.
It's nothing. I will put on the tinfoil hat, no problem, anytime. But I do need facts. I need I can't just go off of hearsay. Like, hey, this person's a security expert. Let's go ahead and where's your proof? I need some type of something to go on. Because yes, I'll be aware of what you said, but I'm not about to take action in it. But with the Roomba, they actually got in trouble because of AI. Well, and their employees, like twofold. So it connects to the internet. Anything that connects to the internet can be hacked. So the employees of Roomba, they decided that they weren't even hacking shit. They just log into somebody's, and follow around their house, try and find, like what you do. Like they're just listening, watching people get naked, do whatever they do in their daily lives, where they're just
That's hilarious.
worried about it.
There's a camera they can actually see on. That's
the same. Well, I don't know about the camera part. I know that there's the same sonar ish.
Yeah, they can get imaging of the space.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's more what I assume it is. I hope there aren't damn cameras on it. Don't need a damn camera. Like your flashlight. Why does your flashlight and your phone need access to your camera, your GPS?
Right.
If you aren't paying for it, you're the product.
The battle on that is over. I mean, the cell phone's enough for them to just use behavior tracking to know everything you're doing anyway. Everything you're looking at, they can triangulate, like if you're going to a certain area, why, because it's going to cross-reference into a bunch of interests you have.
Yes.
No, the only way to get out of this would be like a hard reset, and we all go back to nature, and
Pennsylvania, y'all can go hang out with them. You can go hang out with the Amish all day. They'll accept you in.
But even those people, man, like, they're Google Earth alone, right there, man. If we, it's kind of like what they say. If what we know about is that scary, what we don't know about is at least 10 years ahead of time, man.
I'm gonna put it like this. So it's been over 7 years. I can tell you. So at AT&T, we had the access just as customer service, and then as tech support, had the access to your phone to be able to turn on the camera at any time. People were doing that all the time. People got fired. People they doing it all the time, just going.
Right.
Going through your pictures. No problem.
That's messed up.
That's messed up. It's crazy. And so but people are crazy. Like you can't trust people with anything. Literally anything.
Right.
What is it? One person can be trusted with a secret, but two people can't. Because one of them already broke it.
Right, yeah, no kidding, yeah. In some way, too, that's been like a new way of living for me. I'm like more liberated in that, I have my methods and my means of, staying off the radar as much as I can with as many things, and that's just like being disciplined and smart. Don't go out giving your data out just to anybody. But I also
there's a prince. He's gonna give you some lotto numbers. You just need your bank.
Oh, I know. Yeah. He's gonna bring Michael Jackson back. He just needs $300. But
that's a big
it's an easy decision, right? But also it's a kind of like a liberating thing because I don't really care. There are so many ways for anybody to track you, get you if they wanted to at this point. that trying to lock down or be paranoid about one device, like, you know, say your phone, even if I got rid of my phones right now, just went and threw them in the river, like, there's enough cameras, like you said, everybody has a Ring doorbell, everybody set up the infrastructure for the surveillance state that we're in themselves. Everybody has Alexas, everybody around me has cell phones. Like, I don't even need to embrace or participate with the technology at this point to be like a victim of it, you know what I'm saying? So they'd still know where I'm going. There's cameras on the city bus, you know, there's cameras on every building. They can watch me, and you know, they can just subpoena that stuff with cooperating people. They can watch my every move.
They don't even need to subpoena anymore. That's the craziness. Like with flock cameras. So flock cameras it is a private company that was given permission, and even in a lot of cases, like paid very highly for their cameras to be put up in public locations, like across every interstate, across every intersection. Their cameras are there. If you look up, there's cameras everywhere. Unless you're in, of course, the most rural area. And even then, they still tend to get them in there. But like, since they're a private company, they don't have to be. They're not regulated like the government would be, like law enforcement would be. So they just go, hey, can we use those? Absolutely. Here, here's the fee. Yeah. We're gonna do that, and we pay for it.
Yeah.
We pay for our own security system that is against us.
Right.
That's pretty crazy, and we don't have any say. You ain't got no say in it. I don't remember that being on the ballot.
It's funny you mentioned that. Like that was a thing. You ready to put on your tinfoil hat? All right.
Ready.
So just here, because I know we're coming up to the 9 o'clock.
Yep.
So let's get in some real crazy stuff. Right?
Yeah.
And this might not even be crazy on the full spectrum of things, but like maybe about last year, I was kind of thinking about this and kind of putting it together. So I can't remember my sources exactly, but with the UFOs, the UAPs, like all that kind of stuff, and the uptick in how we, you know, it's coinciding with drone technology in general, and a lot of them behave like drones, they resemble drones. So, you know, it's natural that there's going to be a lot of drones out there that are now being called UAPs or UFPs that are being called drones, or maybe they're the same thing, maybe they're different. But here's what I think I figured out, man.
Yeah.
Is the reason there's such a wide variety of them, and this is me like not going into my truly like interdimensional theories that I hold in my heart. This is me
going to get there one day.
Well, yeah, this is me trying to do like a common sense explanation, right?
Okay.
Which is, if
you heard it here first, Tree City said witches exist right there.
witches do exist. I know a few myself. But if okay, so there's a bunch of companies out there like Boeing or something that are lesser. They're the Boeing of maybe 60 years ago that are now getting their hands on new technology, cheaper than ever. It's ubiquitous. It's everywhere. So basically, it's a wild west. Like anybody can be developing a drone with artificial technology and an app they design themselves. Speaking of fiber, you know, like you and I can be doing this within a month. Be, you know, well on our way. Have something in the air. You know what I'm saying? It's everywhere. But here's the thing: as soon as those companies who are all doing it, and the first people they're going to try to bid out to is the U.S. government, because that's the bread and butter. That's the big payday. That's winning the lottery.
It's not like that. That's not even a choice. They're not going to let you just privately. Hey, we want first dibs on that thing.
Well, sure. And here's the thing. Yeah. So what the government? Here's my crazy theory. I'm just speculating. But if the government is shopping out all these contractors who are all trying to impress them with these test flights, if they're made official, suddenly all their flight logs have to be recorded. But if they're kept in this perpetual state of development where they're trying to impress the government by doing exactly what you just said with the cameras, where, hey, look at how much data we can collect, and they say, oh, let me take a closer look at that, and they say, aren't you impressed with all this data we can collect? But they never actually are awarded the contract. Well, now they're in this legal gray area because they don't have to report their flight logs, but they're still collecting the data and turning it over to as a means they could have development deals, just like artists, where it's like, hey, the government's going to give you sort of a slush fund to keep yourself afloat, maybe some seed money. You go forth and conquer, and then what do you know? Gosh, yeah, thanks for that 2-year to 4-year trial of collecting data. You really did impress us, but we've chosen not to go with your company at this time. You see what I'm saying?
Try again.
Yeah, and so that's why I think that's a kind of common sense theory why there's so many different varieties of UAP out there. These they could be domestic. They could be because these guys privately developing them, they can't talk about them. They're on a non-disclosure clause, you know.
And we're going for skunkworks, y'all.
Yeah, exactly, man. And so it's kind of like a winning combination and a loophole of like, oh, you know, it's like the kid that you never let him get out of his 90-day probationary period at the job, because as soon as you do, you got to start paying for his benefits, right? So you just keep him there. Well, you got to come back and try harder next week. You know what I'm saying? And you just never actually hire them on and give them the full time. That's what they're doing.
Yes, they're doing it on a major scale because it's how they figured out how to get around all the red tape. And as soon as they know the hack, they're going to use it. And they're going to develop it, and then they're going to create bubbles in our economy like they have. Like it's all working towards the same purpose. But like you said, you can easily on the private side, forget governments. On the private side, there's still opportunities for people to do the same type of thing. Like, it's not crazy to think that, when they started banning drones, like the different applications that people had for them, like they were arming them and shit. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. Like, yeah, being able to do that is a problem. But now we've come to a time where we have, and drones are cheap. It doesn't cost anything to get a drone that's, just a little guy, but he's armed. He has facial recognition and autonomous.
Right.
Yeah, that right there is enough for. I mean, it wouldn't cost him anything to do it. And how many rounds you want to put on? He only needs one. Because I heard one that was called the Bee, and it was pretty much just that, the size of a bee. They were using it in Afghanistan, Iraq to clear rooms. Like instead of sending a person in, it's like, oh, here, you got cracks over the door. Put this guy under there. Oh, he's not friendly. Like,
wait, so the bee would explode or something?
It won't explode. It has a round in it, and it's just a.
Oh, it's like a 1-bullet little shooter.
Yep. It's gonna take him out.
That's
no problem.
insane,
It's going to make sure it hits him when they hit.
Yeah, it could fly up right to it.
So send 3, 4, 10 of them. It's not that expensive. They're not just single use either. So like, okay, so with that existing, with I saw China and their million drone army. Those drones
are kung fu robots.
They were bullshit. It was AI. Like that just came out like probably this past couple of days. Like all the stuff we've been seeing with them doing all the choreographed dance and martial arts. Yeah, which I expected. And I'm glad because like the amount that they're putting those things out for is like at the beginning of last year it was $90,000 to get yourself a drone. It went down by the halfway mark by June, July. It was like 50 and 40,000. Like, all right, we're gonna be able to ship them by the first quarter of next year. By the end of the year, by December, they were going. We can get them between $4,000 and $6,000 right to you. Like they'll be available second quarter. It's like, yeah, one, they keep moving it out. Two, that's cheap as hell. Everybody can have a drone at that point. And if they're not a drone but a humanoid robot. And if that's the case, Elon Musk, his estimate is that they want to have as many humans as there are, or as many bots as there are humans by 2032.
What's the benefit of that? Like labor or something?
Right.
Like who wants to have that? The Chinese?
The Chinese definitely want that, right? The thing that freaked me out about that one is that in their like. This is supposed to be marketing for them, so it's really disturbing that you put it in it. But they're like they all march themselves into this shipping container, and then he's standing at the end, and before they close the door, the robot goes. I was like, yo, no, do not let them in your house then. What? Like, you are not going to wake up tomorrow.
That's funny.
but like,
Yeah,
if the goal is, they definitely want to displace the job markets and so on, and technology is their main way to do so. They say that there's going to be jobs for, to replace the jobs that they're getting rid of, not at the rate that they're getting rid of them, and not skilled work. It's going to literally be things that they just can't do. Like, it's going to be like, I forget who said that joke. It was a really good one. He's like, yo, how come to prove that I'm a human, I have to sit there and tell you how many crosswalks there are in this little grid? What the hell is a Waymo? Like, can they not do this? Because if they can't do this, it's a problem.
that's a good point.
It's a
I
very
would
good
hope so.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I would hope
It's like
they
it gets
correct
confused. It's waiting on somebody somewhere to go. Hey, that's a crosswalk. Don't go.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny.
But like it is going to be the biggest disruptor to the labor force that we've ever seen. It's not going to create the jobs that they're saying. You have Amazon, where they got down to, they were nowhere near. They were like 1 out of 8, I believe was the number. They were 1 out of 8 was a bot at the beginning last year, and by the end they were down to a 1-to-1 ratio. So like, it's their goal is to not have workers. Okay, so that cuts out. They were a large part of the job market. The trucks, automated trucks, like the trucking. There's 3.4 million truckers in America, and they're not exactly the most retrainable, especially technologically inclined people that I know. That's not to say that all of them will not be will be ineligible to get another job, but it's very unlikely, in my opinion. They're not exactly the most technically savvy, so that's a lot of people to be out of work. And truckers don't fuck around. Like, they are down for the cause and ready to fucking rumble. So you're gonna have that. They're taking out all of the food jobs, like all those jobs that people start at as kids, like working the fast food. They already have fully automated McDonald's, Burger Kings, things like that. So it's like, yo, you're taking out a shit ton of the work for either the elderly or the people that are just getting started and stuff. Taking all that out. There's no such thing as beginners. It's like, okay, so then what happens? Okay, well, they need 2 billion people off this planet, according to the what is that, the World Economic Forum. It's got to start at some point. Like, they're currently doing it with missiles, pretty decently over there at the moment, but that's just another distraction from all the other stuff. It's a completely unavoidable, or I'm sorry, a completely avoidable war. Nah, we're gonna do it. We're the country of peace. This is the president of peace. We're gonna do it. It's
Well, that number is also just about the right amount for I don't know, like a Martian colony as well. Hey, like there's, I mean,
What?
or what's that movie, Elysium, or like a space station sort of thing.
They already got the med beds. Those med beds, those med beds are real though now. So like they've been working on the technology. It was they actually showed off some in CES this year. It's like,
Oh really?
yeah. So it's, and not only that, but you have the Chinese using stem cells. They reverse the age of a monkey from like 80 years old, like just classifying it how we would see it, from 80 years old back to 40. Everything goes back to normal, from hair to strength to sperm count, white blood cell count, like everything. Now that right there is literally fountain of youth type shit.
Right.
Not giving that to us.
Not yet.
We don't want
Elysium
instant
people will get it.
Oh yeah.
The Elysium people will get it.
Absolutely. What class is that? Don't say it. You get in trouble. I don't play by the rules necessarily, but I'm aware of. I'm gonna put it out here like this. I tried to get my passport in September. I'm trying to go international here very shortly. Not getting it. They're not letting me have my passport. I'm like, is there a reason? There's nothing questionable in my shit, so why can't I have a passport right now? People that are abroad are actually getting their passport taken at the airport and then not giving back. It's like, I Kind of need that.
Yeah, I kind of need that. Yeah.
No, I ain't
Ooh,
nice.
crazy, man.
Like, yo, that's it. But again, it's all going according to plan. There's a plan here. Don't worry. Go back to sleep. Keep working. Whatever it is you do. uh,
Right.
you know, and I'm a big conspiracy theorist. I do think that it's all intentional. Like every last bit, from the air to the food to the everything, every aspect of our lives is intentional. You said a lunar colony, shit, like or a Martian colony even. Elon Musk companies, every single one of them was just practice for that exact thing. The
Right.
what is it? The Boring Company. All right, you
Mm-hmm.
need to go underground. Uh, it's the automated the Tesla with the automation and the electric motors and such. Done. Um, then you have what's his other company? Oh, SpaceX. I think you're gonna need to get there somehow.
SpaceX.
So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. The
man,
flamethrowers.
oh yeah, exactly. Just in case you come across something you can't,
Yeah.
you can't take, you can't take penicillin for. Here you go.
Right. Yeah, aliens, man. We saw it in the second Alien movie, man. That's what it was. Game over, man. Game over.
Game over quick because we are not ready. Like,
Right.
but yeah, man. Like, so what I want to do before we get out of here, because I know we got things to do. Life is busy. I can sit here and
Ooh,
bullshit
yeah.
with you all day.
I got a show tonight.
Hey,
Yeah.
what time the show at?
Well, for you it will be 2 a.m. But Tree City 1 a.m. at 1 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
So it's
Yeah, with
it's the
Aspect.
late show.
That's right. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Wait, you said it'd be 2 o'clock for me?
2 o'clock. Yeah, you're 1 hour ahead, right?
Yeah. So
Right
it's
on.
it's always a pleasure to hear from you, hear your perspective. I we gonna have to talk on the side because there's some stuff we can't say here. It's supposed to be freedom of speech. Yeah, but they still listen.
Yeah, right.
So yeah,
Right.
again, I appreciate that. Is there? Did we say how we wanted to go out? You want to get an exclusive in, or you want to? We like to go out on a freestyle, a performance, an exclusive, whatever it is.
Well,
you want
man, I haven't spit in a while, especially not live like that. But so I brought you a little something, which is a never before heard track. This was the last track we recorded in the old era of Mountain Offensive, and the last music video we made, which will someday go public, but has literally never seen the light of day before. So
Yes,
this is
sir.
called Wisdom, produced and featuring a guy used to go by Jay North. Now he goes by Joseph Bird,
Mr.
BYRD. But
Yo, talk about the
I don't think he's making music anymore. What's that?
No?
I don't think so. Yeah, he's been quiet for several years, but I know he went the domestic route, house, wife, kid. So I think he's focusing on that for a while.
Kind of happens to the best of us, man. Like you gotta,
It does, man.
It's
Yeah.
ain't no shame in that though. Like that's a beautiful thing to have a family that you give up for, right? Like to have
Sure.
that goal and mission is because it's a hard one. But
That's right, man.
that's why I appreciate my wife for supporting this crazy dream, doing podcasts, music, freaking movies, like letting me go all over the place. Because like it takes somebody to support and actually like be like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna hold down the fort where you go.
Yeah, that's huge too. That's huge too.
What what you need? What do you need? I'm trying to actually get this logged over here, just so I can pull that up. There we go. Yeah. So what's the name of the track?
Wisdom, but it's spelled
Wisdom.
Wizdumb, like little nod to being both a wizard and dumb at the same time, combining it together into, the pun. It's always got to have a pun involved, so it's wisdom.
All right, then we hitting it in with wisdom. Yo, I appreciate you, man. We got and the man of many names, many faces. Tree City Radio. Make sure you check it out. Late night, 1 a.m. Central Time. 2 a.m. Central Time. 1 a.m. Mountain Time. 12 Eastern. Like y'all figure the math out. But yeah, we gonna end it on this. I appreciate you for coming by. Anybody got a shout out?
All right, man. Shout out everybody here that keeps the family going, man. specifically people involved: MC Pretzel, Brother Amoeba, Bridges from Sonic Moon, and then KRBX. Everyone at KRBX Radio Boise, 89.9, 93.5 FM, Boise, Caldwell, and beyond. I love it, man. And we got a big growing family and community here in Boise of hip hop, everyone, and it's truly starting to become like a family affair around that show. So just shout out Ben, shout out Aspect, see him tonight, shout out Ike J, Lawrence, Brian, Phil, Earthlings Entertainment, man. If I keep going, I'm gonna leave someone out, so I'll stop there.
He go pass out. He was doing that all in one breath, y'all. Bam, got it.
Yeah.
Alright, run it in. Wisdom. Brooke.
Wisdom. It's a, there you go.
Listen, if you ain't got it where you get it, if you ain't hot then where you hitting, if you ain't keeping it unlocked in the same spot where your mama living, then why the fuck you even spitting? You think you're popping off a week drop last week, you were quitting. Who your ass bullshitting? You only ever ask how I'm doing when you know that I'm winning. Trying to change the past like you done shown in the beginning. Lying to my face fast, really has been a minute. I don't mean to laugh, I just really thought you were kidding. I'ma have to pass, I just got a lot of commitments. If you have to ask, you ain't got a shot at your limit. At my level, I'm a higher class, living on the lab. Every day I'm getting richer just by giving what I have. Bitches taking it all back, like forgetting all the tax. It's my memory, it wasn't ever really that bad. Just remember all the better things when shitting on my rap. Sitting with your back turned, now you're sitting on my lap. Now they gripping on my dap, now they never leaving. They believe in me's another trap. Suddenly they good at math, suddenly they think that they can see themselves doing boom bap. Thumbs and fingers on two hands, let me watch you mothers dance. Let me hear you fuckers clap. Yo, you're up on all your chance. Yo, I gave you all the chance. Yo, I warned you in advance. I'm a super villain, I'ma kill him. Two birds, one cool, cold million. Old school is bumping you. Move for the children, move for the rhythm. Lose yourself in the feeling. This is how I do. This is what you're missing. This a mountain crew. This offensive riffing. This official business. This me cutting checks. This me fucking up the system. This the manifestation of the original vision. This simply me completing objectives within the mission. This me taking your places and finish races when you're sitting. This a victory taste of the pussies that I've been licking, the acid that I've been kicking, the wussies that I've been whipping, the glasses that I've been sipping, the jewelry that I've been shitting. Masses of all my victims, my fans and my former women, the gram in the bags I'm emptying on manufacturers' opinions, application and recommendations, decisions, divergent yellow wood, but it's yellow bricks to the wizards and yellow bricks for the wisdom.
Yeah. Tracy the radio. Boston. Shag it.
Mountain offensive.
Mountain offensive. Shout out, y'all. That's a job right there.
Lions, they just jelly, they just spying. Follow me on to our Zion. Wizards, wisdom, winners, winning.
Paint a bigger picture, paint is better. Bitches wetter, skin is made of leather. Read the letter, know my eyes are redder. From the puff I've been smoking on, I found my treasure. You can't measure, make my moves, pull the lever, always clever. I got that shit that you lack, like all you do is smack. Homies got my back, grab the bag, don't look back. Overlapping all the motherfuckers on the track. It's a one round match, know how to act, only spitting facts. I'm always real, can you tell with the shit you feel? Yeah, mass appeal, hard as steel, grab the wheel. Made a deal with myself that I'd make a meal, spend a bill, now we're living to trill. Motherfucker, you belly, cowards, lions, they just jelly, they just spying. Follow me on to our Zion. Wizards, wisdom, winners, winning.
Now it's my time, watch me from the sideline. 21, Dion when he's young, in my prime time, in my rhyme line. You on timeout while you crying, I'm high stepping hard times by the yard line. I'm just wildin' out, winning ain't a crime, I'm just finding out, losing ain't defined, I'm just running routes. Music is my mind, pushing through the doubt, do it for the pride, accumulating clout. You enjoy the riding while you always trying to get out. This to do or to lose it, but watch your mouth. If you truly love your shit, then improve it. I'm busting out, bringing down the house by raising the roof again. You're the living proof, and life gives you lemons. What not to do with them, living proof when the going gets tougher. You fucking poofing and blubbering, sniffing, snuffling tissue rougher for you, cause your issues, you're just a victim. Cause no killers or witnesses ever get you. Take the shit home and wait until something real hits you.
Yeah, that shit's on. Yeah, I don't think you took a breath. You might need to be, I think you might be one of them, man.
That one was tough, yeah, no. You just gotta push all the way through that one.
It's always a pleasure to hear somebody that's, that takes the pride in the art, make sure they put out hot jams, fucking saying some shit that some of the bars in there are absolutely, there is some ridiculousness in there, but there's also some fucking, like, there's some bars on there.
Thanks,
I like that flow. The thing that stood out to me was the extended, like, what would be the hook section? The part that everybody is loud on, the loudest. You're like, I am.
Just the quiet.
which is actually, it's a really cool and interesting choice. So, yeah, big ups.
Right on,
I'm gonna get up with you. I'm gonna get up with you on the next one, or we'll hit it up on the outside, and then another 90 days. Hey, there ain't no limit on my show. You can come on anytime.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, thank you so much, man. Shout out to you, and appreciate having me, and yeah, we got to get you back on the radio here sometime soon too.
Soon
Right on, brother.
The Heist Club. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this recording so it can load and go up live. So I'm Cracker Regan. We've been shooting the shits. We got Tree City Radio coming up. Y'all just go ahead and stay up, listen, and then I'll be up with y'all in the next one. Boom. Yeah. Nah, man, I like that. I like that track.
Thank you. Yeah, that last one we made together. That was right when we were popping off by just plugging away, like we were talking about, just trying to make 2 tracks a week. One every Wednesday, one every Saturday type.
That's all it takes. Is just staying with that. I tell them that shit all the time, man. Like, just stay with it, keep doing it. Why would you stop doing what you're doing that's working just for what? 2 and 2 people? You gonna go ahead and switch it up and go to, like a new project, or you wanna go? All right, go be a banker then.
Yeah. You gotta learn to love the process, man. Like if you want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, you gotta learn to love the gym.
Heavy. You gotta learn. I mean, literally, because like I was addicted to the gym for a minute. Like I was going 2 times a day, one for an hour and one for an hour and a half after that. So morning and night, and like it was 6 days a week. And it was like his addiction. I got completely sober and I was bored. So it's like, alright, fuck it, that's what I'm gonna go do. Like every day, and
I get that.
Become obsessive. Like, and that's what that's everything in. I feel like most successful people are relatively. I don't want to say anal.
It's like hyper focused. They have like you have like the people that have a natural ability for whatever they become hyper focused in are the luckiest people on the planet, because those are the ones that become Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Because because like just the stars aligned. It's like some people are destined to be the best accountant, or like the best fish guy at a butchery or something.